Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you a build guide for the Path of the Skull Collector Barbarian mod. This is a mod that was made by Almontys and Tomfoolery, and I'll be showing you a full build guide in Baldur's Gate 3, as well as covering gear and a bit of combat to show you how to utilize this to its fullest. And this also comes with 43 different skulls that you can use to enhance your character. So it's a very complex character build, and I think this is one of the most interesting that we've ever seen. Now, what we're going to be going with is obviously playing as the Barbarian here. So for our ability scores, I think it's best to go 16 Strength, 14 Dexterity, and 16 Constitution. However, you can also swap this around and just use Strength Potions. So you'd take all the points out of Strength and put them into your other stats and have our Dexterity up to 16. So there is those two different ways to go about playing this. If you want to maximize damage, Strength Potions are the way to go. And I know a lot of people use them if they're modding, so you can get them with the Cheater's Ring mod. Now, getting into things here, at level 2, we got ourselves Danger Sense, giving us advantage on Dexterity saving throws. And when we get to level 3, this is when we get to choose our subclass here with the Path of the Skull Collector. Amassing a collection from the slain, the Skull Collector's belief in the power that remains has led to an isolated but enriched path. Where the spirits are connected to the fallen, the Skull Collector can draw upon the remnant power it exhibited within the skulls he has collected. So you get the soul binding charges. This allows you to bind the skulls that you get to your character, which gives you spells. And yes, there is spells, because when you go into your rage, you get the Fury of the Falling, which isn't like a normal rage. However, it also will make it so that you don't get spell casting blocked. You can still spell cast with this. So it is quite powerful. But you also get yourself the Whispers of the Dead, so you can speak with the dead, or Whispers of the Grave there. So it's a nice little ability. At level 4, we get the subclass feature, the Soul Perception, get a +2 bonus to attack rolls, initiative, and perception checks. And we get ourselves a feat, which I would recommend taking up Constitution or Dexterity here. You can also go with a Elite or Alert feat for +2 our initiative. At level 5, get the extra attack and increased movement speed, as well as another Soul Binding charge. This is where we get our most of the benefits out of this build. At level 6, we get ourselves an additional rage charge as well, and we also get the subclass feature Wound Closure, so when we get downed, we automatically stabilize at the start of the turn, which is really nice. At level 7, we get the Feral Instinct. This is basically like a diet version of the Alert feat, so you get the +3 initiative, can't be surprised, and we get an additional reaction at this level. So at level 8, there's actually a nice feat we can go with. So Soul Binding Charge, another one of those. And we can go with the Sentinel feat, which makes it so that we can use a reaction to attack an enemy whenever it attacks our ally. So this is great if you're a frontliner. You gain advantage on opportunity attacks as well, so that's really good. You could also go with like the Polearm Mask, but we're going to be using the axe that comes with this build. So you can also just go with ability score improvement to max our dexterity, because this is going to give us the most high armor class that we can get. At level 9, we get a brutal critical, so we roll another dice whenever we hit crits. And we get the Spirit of the Warrior, so whenever we make an attack, if we miss that attack, we can do another attack for free. So that's really nice, just further increasing our damage. At level 10, we get Vengeful Shadows. When an entity enters your attack range, the spectral warriors of the past surge forth, allowing you to strike them as if guided by unseen hands. Perfect use for our reaction. And then at level 11, we get ourselves the Relentless Rage. Once per short rest, if we drop to 0, we get 1 health point back instead of being downed. And then we also get the Spectral Fury, so whenever a user attacks, the very essence of vengeance ignites within, giving us Wrath for 2 turns, which is just going to increase the overall damage that we're putting out. And then at level 12, we get ourselves another Rage Charge, Soul Binding Charge, and we get Mortal Reminder, so whenever you land a critical hit, it can make the target get frightened if they don't do a Wisdom save. Pretty big. Then also at this level, we could go with another ability score improvement. Constitution give us better armor class, but we can also use the Constitution Amulet. We already have the Alert feat. So there's other options. We could go dual wielding with 2 weapons if you wanted to go something like that. There's also the option of coming down here and going with like Tavern Brawler and focusing on a bit of throwing damage. And we also get the ability to use a certain item that can allow us to punch too. So that is another nice option. Even going with the durable or the Savage Attacker for the rolling damage dice twice and using the higher result will just flat out mean that we're dealing more damage. And the Tough feat will give us +24 health. So those are a couple really nice options, depending on if you want more damage or more health. Survivability is big for a Barbarian, so that's the choice I'm going to make, but Savage Attacker is also a really nice feat. Now, getting into what we got here, so I'm going to show off the gear as well as the skulls. So going through the gear, I think that the Vest of Soul Rejuvenation works really well here for making unarmed it strikes against the target, but also giving us +2 armor class, which takes us up to 27. I'm also using the Skullbringer axe, which comes with this mod. You can power it up as you level. There's a weaker version. You continue to strengthen it. And this does have some nice benefits. Gives us increased critical hit chance, ignores resistance to slashing damage, and it also gives us the Sethin spiritual axe, so we can summon that boy in here. We also can equip a shield, which will put us up to a 30 armor class, which is really nice. Invasive shoes, Helldusk gloves for additional fire damage on our attacks, cloak protection, massive soul perception for better attack rolls, killer sweetheart because we really rock it with crits, and amulet of greater health does give us that 30 armor class. So I also using Viconia's walking fortress to give us better spell saves, and this actually makes us very strong. Now the Bandolier of Skulls, this is where we get all of our benefits from. So there is an additional mod that'll give you these, but as you take out targets, it'll give you their head, which you can use to puff yourself up. So, for example, if you got the Skull of Lorokin here, this gives us a bunch of different spells. So we can go ahead and spell cast with this. So whenever you apply it, it's going to give you the benefits right here. So this comes with like Fireball, Cone of Cold, Lightning Bolt, Misty Step, and you can also unbind it. This also comes with a free elemental, so I really like Lorokin's one. A lot of people typically go after Lorokin early in the game, or not even early in the game, late in the game. But in addition to this, you also have like Gortash, the Cold Skull Mug, which gives us a bunch of other cold benefits. And cold really works well on this. That's why I summon in the Water Elemental. So this gives you a bunch of different ones that you can apply cold damage to your weapons, so that further enhances your damage. You can slide on ice surfaces, you get Flash Frost, you get a Path of Ice. You don't have to roll with this one. It also gives you this Water Slam, which is the attack that they have. So it is pretty strong, but there's other options you can go with. So like even go with like Skull of Orin, Saravok, or Raphael. So applying this, it'll give us a nice ability to give us the soul drain there, and also gives us the igniting spark, ignoring resistances, ravaging inferno, which does a bunch of fire damage, ignoring resistance, and diabolic chains, which is kind of like a fire version of or a different version of Scourge and Ray that does hellfire and pushes them back. And then we have the Fiendish Extension, so harness the energy of the Shattered House of Hope Soul Pillars to take on a more powerful Infernal turn, which gives us basically the Raphael's transformation, which is really strong. We also have things like Cazador Skull, Ketheric Thorm's Skull here, so I clicked the wrong one. I'll show off what that does. So this one will give us the ability to turn into the Apostle of Miracle. It also gives us Divine Smite, Blinding Smite, and Aura of Hate too, so pretty good if you got like a Necromancer on your team. I want to keep that one because a couple transformations is really nice. I also really like to go with Answer's one, so this gives us a bunch of other powerful spells. So again, this is a spellcaster kind of combination, and this gives us like Lightning Breath, Stormheart Nova, which is big lightning attack, Gust of Wind, and then Slam as well. And we'll go with one more here. So we also can get some of these are really strong, like Eldritch Blast, very powerful to take. Saravok, Orin, Cazador. I guess we'll go with Gortash here. I guess I have them all fully maxed out at this point. So yeah, I'll show off what this looks like in combat. So I can't actually go into rage until we get into combat, but I'll start things off with just a simple Cone of Cold for maximum damage here. Just get as many targets hit as possible, and we'll just get right into things. You can also add the Snowburst Ring if you want to create ice surfaces with that. So we do have some really powerful attacks. So we got the Lightning Breath here. We also got ourselves the Stormheart Nova, which you can see does a lot of damage in a lot of areas. So the range is huge. So this will hit everyone here. Doesn't have the highest hit chance, but it does hit really hard. We also got our smites here if we want to do a little bit extra damage. These are really strong. And then we also got healing, so if we need to be able to heal a target, we can go with that. And I'll just go with this lightning attack here. So boom, that took out a few of them. That actually hits quite hard. And then on top of this, we can go with our Fiendish Ascension here. So I'll transform, and there we are. Really cool that this mod adds all of that. That's the whenever you're fighting Raphael, he can make this transformation as well. And I guess we'll also go with the Fury of the Fallen, so raging. Doesn't have an animation, obviously, because it's not meant to. But it's cool. It'll hold the axe and also hold the shield. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And we'll end our turn there. We have 185 health, so we're pretty strong. And we also got reactions if someone tries to try. If someone wants to try us, we're very powerful. We collect skulls. And you can see here what we're going to do on the next turn. Also, when we're in this form, we get a multi-attack too, so we can use this to attack multiple times. With a Ravaging Inferno here, which can drop down a nice fireball with Hellfire, so it'll last, and made a pretty big explosion there. I didn't expect that to happen, but Yeah, I guess we have just one target left and they're standing in the fire, but we can't get too close to them here. So we do got a lot of actually cool spells that we got, like Diabolic Change with the pushback there from Raphael. We even just got regular old Lightning Bolt, some of the spells from the Roken here, Igniting Spark as well. So yeah, a lot of fun options. We can also turn into the Apostle of Mercule here, so another summon that we got. I think I do have to untransform first, so I guess we'll... oh no, it let us transform. Not as big, but this is definitely cool. Oh, it's kind of like a combination of both of them. We got the fire going on here, so yeah, that's also another fun option. And then we have the Gaze of the Dead, which can frighten targets, Finger of Death, Plant a Foe to cause searing pain, and the Call of the Damned. So speak with the commands Mercule, Whisper, Seer, and pull all nearby creatures towards you. So we can use this to pull this creature towards a 6% hit chance. Not very likely, but we can attempt it, and it worked. It pulled them right into us. That took them out. So yeah, this is a crazy build, honestly. I had a lot of fun with this one, and I'll be probably posting more options that you can go with for this, because I think this is a build that has a lot of options. I just obviously went with some of the strongest ones to show off how they work in the game, because this just got released on console. So let me know what you'd like to see next, if there's any multi-classes you'd like to see, and hit that subscribe button below if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.